is. It's great. Oh yeah. Al's grandfather, well, his great-grandfather, was Premier of Alberta back in the 20s, 30s. It's quite the heritage, so this is his father, the Premier, or vice versa. You know, I get mixed up with all that family lineage, so we're gonna put, we took the motor out and transmission, and hasn't run since the 60s. Some of the, we're gonna leave the original wiring in there. Got the engine rebuilt, put some new bearings in the bottom end. Keith there, he's good with some old antique kind of machinery, so we left it up to him to get the right components in there for the old truck. Get the transmission back together on there, but Al's gone to get a throw bearing. Somehow that got overlooked, and it's way too much work not to put a new one in, that's for sure. Well, from the Great Plains of Alberta to Kelowna, BC. Yeah, Al's grandfather and his father, so Al's great-grandfather, was the instrumental part of this truck and the driving force. You see, Al's great-grandfather was the Premier of Alberta, up by Edmonton. Well, that's where they live, family farm. You know, they roughed it out back in the 20s and 30s. You know, at the time, if he wasn't the Premier of Alberta, you know, it could have went under for sure. A lot of farms went under and got bought up by the big guys. Family, my grandfather went through the same thing back in the it was about 1922. They got forced off their land in Saskatchewan by some renegade government officials. Still, you know, working on getting that back. That's been, you know, a lot of that went on back in those days. Grandfather had built 3 buildings, homesteaded the property. Left us because of the, well, there was, you know, the war going on, the First World War. They went down to Brazil and then decided to come back within that 2-year period. You know, Brazil was the promised land with all the, you know, the lush forest, and turns out there was only 2 inches of topsoil on the, you know, in the Brazilian. Once you cut down that Amazon jungle, it's only 2 inches of topsoil, so you're only good for about 1.5 years. So that happened in the 1919s, and then they moved back in 21 to find some renegade government officials had taken over the property, and well, my grandfather had all the papers, and well, they still got shot at and run off the property. They came back with a lawyer, and then all the buildings had been burned down. So technically that was not built, so in the 2-year time frame, and they could not prove anything. So, but in today's technology, and I've been after the Saskatchewan government to try and build that back. I've got the original signed papers of my grandfather on the property, so it'll be interesting to see what happens, because it was a pretty big chunk of land that they had. It's, I know they got a lot of mineral rights there that they were after, is the thing there. Yeah, we're gonna just leave it in this rat rod condition. It's not really a rat rod. It's just as is condition. It's drivable. You know, it's got the lineage of political lineage. It just represents a lot of hard work. You know, it did the work of 10 men. It was much needed improvement after the war, because this is the first truck that was available to the public outside of the army. So it was a big relief to the people to get a chance, an opportunity to buy a truck. That was, maybe I might, I'm smaller. There you go. Now you're in there.
Motherfucker! What the fuck?
It's just okay. Maybe your leg is in the way.
Up there. Oh, right there. You got it?
Yeah. We're gonna have to rethink that.
I'll get it underneath from the bottom.
Yeah, you could bench press it. Well, at least there's this is a unique way of putting a transmission in. Al's going to go underneath and bench it. Do the bench press.
Yeah, you got it.
Got it?
No, but it still need a 3/4 inch.
I'm looking. Yeah. Make it work or adjustable work?
Well, I might by the time I get one.
3/4 inch.
Got one here. Here it is. Here, Chief.
What the hell's is stuck in there?
I don't know.
Oh, fuck, is that good?
Yeah. There, I'll give you 2 bolts to put in.
Lower it down.
Yeah, get it out of there. Ouch! Bleep! Edit, bleep! Beep! Bleep!
Bleep.
Knox Mountain Hill Climb. Interesting starter.
Oh, there's a generator. Oh yeah, show it.
Boing, boing.
You can see it in 3D here.
You gotta pull a rod, foot pedal switch. It's a little actuator, which is your contact from your battery. Battery goes here. This is the shuts the power off to various pieces of equipment. Make sure power is going to the coil. And bang!
That's the
Bang!
One, and that's the technology that was there when they won the war.
This won the war, folks. 6 volts at a time. There's the starter that's in place. It's a good thing we took a picture, but it wasn't high resolution, but just to figure out that spring system, that was just, but sure saves time, especially when the manual's tough. Well, I don't know about you, but that old wiring had its best days about 50 years ago. We'll see how that works out. Starting to crack up pretty good. Well, it looks like we're gonna pack it up for today. Exhaust manifold is, well, we found some parts that we needed, but there's still a couple of studs missing. So that's the way it is. Say,
Thank you to my good man, Mr. Gene Beauregard.
you're welcome.
Genbo to those of you on YouTube.
That's right. And you
In 3D,
in 3D,
like it or not.
not CD 3D. Okay, say
1946 Chevrolet 1 ton. Restoration. Part 1. 3D. Concluded.
concluded for today. Say hi to mom and dad and uncle. There we go.